I already hit it.
You did not.
It's too late. Can't go
You're
back.
a liar. I don't even have my headphones on. What the hell, man? Come on. I pretend like I'm ready. I'm not ready. No one's ready for this. Like the viewers aren't ready for this. Come on. It's
Yeah, what the hell, guys? You said it would be different this time.
for this. Come on. You almost heard me for a second. That was terrible. Like
Oh,
it's
almost nothing.
I
I,
mean me on me. There was a chorus of me's. It
Oh,
wasn't
oh,
for just a mo.
no. There's no mo. No mo.
No mo. Wait until Mo hears about this.
Um Thanks for everyone joining us. Anyone joining us ahead of the live stream, jump ahead roughly about 15 minutes to catch the new review of the brand new Spyderco Micro Jimbo. That's right.
Jimbo.
Mad Yoko, what is up? I don't know if that's your name, but that's what I'm going to call you from now on. In my mind, you are Yoko Ono.
I see.
That is a fact of life. That's not even how you spell her name, I don't think. But we're here now.
No.
You've
it's
started saying these things.
Yeah.
It's
What?
too
I'm
late.
supposed to think of my words before I say them?
Now, at this point in your
I was
life,
gonna
don't
say I'm not going to start
expect
now.
like it's yeah.
Checking the
Since
tune on your dagger.
yeah, exactly. It does, for the record, it does sing. It's fantastic. I don't think it'll turn up over mic. Maybe if I talk at the same time. No, nothing. Oh, it's disappointing. So if you have anything that's a single piece, and especially anything that's a single piece without any kind of handle scales bolted on or wraps, you can get some neat harmonic resonance by flicking the blade, and it's fantastic.
I don't know if that's appropriate on this channel.
Flicking the blade.
Look, you can flick blades all you like. Just make sure you're flicking away from the edge. keep a hold on those fingies.
Is that your concern there, Dennis? I thought we were going somewhere else with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can go a lot of places. We do go a lot of places. Some good, some bad. Mostly bad.
Indeed.
Kind of say
It's-
I'd prefer not to, but since when has my preference ever factored into a decision here?
So what are you carrying, Mad Yoko? Yako? Yako? It's supposed to be pronounced like taco.
But not
So-
taco. More like taco.
Taco, yeah.
You're not
Taco.
making it better, Joe.
No tacos.
Well,
just
Tacos,
for the record.
Tacos not how you say that.
Then
I know that one.
then my job here is done, Dennis.
Yeah, once again, my job is done.
You're welcome.
Anyone carrying anything new and fancy? Holding out? Anyone? Holding out for things? Carrying a holdout, Joe, by any chance?
No, but not today. I am carrying something though, something new to me,
Yeah. Oh, I see.
and new to some other people too. Another police because one wasn't enough. So
I see what's up.
it's purple,
Indeed.
which is
It's your go.
it's
your damn knife. Say
no.
the words.
He started talking. I was gonna let him talk.
Nope.
Yeah. It's not the purple isn't the only reason I bought it. The purple helps. Plum? What do they call it on their burgundy? Is that what they call it? It's the micro melt PD #1, which is chemically supposed to be the same as crewwear. So I have a police. I carried it a decent amount. I rusted the hell out of the blade. I've re-sanded it several times and have let it get gray and mottled again. But I keep wrecking the blade with corrosion. So I thought, hey, I want a police. Let me carry the police. The original plan was to blade swap and get the lock bar and the blade into the G10 handle. But there's some lock rock issues when I do that, so the blades return back to the FRN handles for now.
And for the record, they call it deep burgundy.
Deep burgundy. Okay,
Deep Ron Burgundy.
of course. It's
How deep? Like
Yeah.
deep
elbow?
enough. Well,
Like Chicago deep.
Ah.
Which, if it's blade length, that's not actually that deep. It's
isn't it?
It's certainly not a
For,
police.
That's
for
not
Chicago?
a police model. The Spyderco Chicago and the Spyderco Police
Oh, the
are
Spyderco
not in
Chicago.
are
Yeah,
not in the
okay.
same city, sir.
I see what you're saying. And no, they are not. This is only my second knife in burgundy. I made the other one with my Carta. And this light is not showing the tone of that burgundy at all. But
Not terribly well.
no, very few people, if anyone, actually make aftermarket scales for the police, so that makes me sad. But
Yeah, especially the lightweight version.
yeah, it's okay though. I don't mind Spyderco's FRN.
I want to say non-existent.
There were a couple G10 ones I did find from a standalone shop that I'm not familiar with and don't know the name of offhand, but it's bookmarked. It's bookmarked.
Well, that sounds like a reliable source for sure.
Yeah, I don't even know what else they make. Yeah,
it's better than nothing. But yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a quick aside. Ben, addicted to blades. What is up, guys? What are you carrying? Mad Yoko's carrying his Griptilian with AWT scales and a Manix 2 and 204p.
Nice.
Which the comment that I was going to make was micromelt is similar, like you were saying, like to crewware. It's almost like a 204p to 20CV M390 kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I think the composition balance is nearly identical.
Nearly, but I think there's a slight differences. We should have taken a picture of it, of the...
I think it's a 204p versus 20CV. And again, mild differences. Because there is. If you look it up, it's not... M390 and 20CV is like a biggity bangity. You know,
yes.
A bang, a bangity bang. One of those.
You know.
Whereas 204p has a little more bangity. Yeah.
It's got a little more stiff. And I think that's what I thought I saw with the micromelt.
So, for those curious, we're talking about like slivers of difference between the different elements here.
Yeah.
So the biggest difference is with chromium. But
sliver me difference?
Sliver me difference. Micromelt has 0.5% more chromium.
Okay, so
0.05 more vanadium, 0.05 more tungsten.
Sounds like something that could easily fall within a lot of like the scale at which they make stuff. You know what I mean? Like
possibly, yeah.
You can have a pretty wide range, and it's between this and this.
Yeah.
For components, right?
Things look pretty tight on this end. The only thing that's kind of a weird standout is the manganese you get with micromelt, but you don't get with crewware. It's 0.25%.
I wonder if that's to counteract the extra chromium or something.
Maybe. The important thing here is apparently it aids with grain structure, contributes to hardenability. So, basically, performance should be very, very, very similar. And given that I shouldn't be able to rust straight through DLC, let's go.
You say that now, but challenge accepted, sir.
I mean, this is probably going to be my EDC going forward for a pretty long period of time, so I'll report back if something shitty happens.
You know what else this means, Dennis?
Other than me being able to ridicule him some more when he rusts through DLC, what else does it mean? Sorry.
Well, I was going to buy his blade swap. I was going to buy his purple handled K390 bladed police.
I see.
That police doesn't exist. But a G10 and K390 police does exist. So
it does.
I might be buying one of them from him.
Well, it's got some lock rocks, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
There are some things to consider, yes.
Is there actual lock rock in that knife?
Oh yeah, there's always been though from day one.
Okay.
Full price.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
No. It's gone up in value. What are you talking about?
So far, There's a tiny bit of lock rock. I honestly a little bit of lock shifting in the opening axis with backlocks doesn't bother me quite as much. Even knives that start out like perfectly solid, I haven't found many that uh, that wouldn't develop some sort of blade play over time.
I'm gonna be honest. I've carried that knife because you lent it to me because I was curious about K390.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really notice it then. So
it's not
clearly it's
significant.
Yeah.
It's also in the axis that you're using the knife to, so it kind of reinforces the direction of the lock when you're pressing into it anyways. It's like,
And a lot of that stuff day to day, you're probably not going to notice in day to day cutting tasks until you go to some sort of like heavy duty task, right? So,
Exactly.
What's the chance we can get both through our knives in 5 minutes?
Well, my knife is it's just something I've been carrying in my pocket since I put it back in my pocket. So,
is it a Norseman?
It's not a Norseman, no.
Okay, I gotta ask you every week because I'm just gonna give you shit. If it's a Norseman, I'm like, of course it is. It hasn't been a Norseman for like 6 weeks, but the week it is, I'll be like, of course it is.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I guess on that note, it's a subvert.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's acceptable. Yeah, the subvert's sweet, man.
That is a knife that needs to be carried more and more.
It puts a smile on my face.
If one day I were to get into the silly custom handmade world, blah blah blah, Black Snow might be one of the first on the list that I was on the hit list of.
Yeah.
Gimme. But
that is not a wrong choice for sure.
That's when I'm like, ridiculously wealthy. It's
The day I win the lottery, all you knife makers out there are on notice.
Yeah, CPM is, I'll trade him 10 of my knives for one of his and some cash. So it's and he won't like 8 of them. That's okay.
They're just resale value.
Yeah. Did you put magnets and sticky tack and like open a brand new pack of sticky tack and then reinforce that with more sticky tack to take this picture?
I'm using the exact same sticky tack I've always used.
Oh, you silly sticky asshole.
Let's not refer to him that way.
Mostly whitish. It's kind of a mottled gray now, I guess.
Oh,
it used to be white.
Go to a doctor.
Well,
yeah. That also sounds like an apt description of everything else I've described this evening. But anyway, yeah.
How about you, Dennis? What'd you carry in?
So, this is a new to me. It was, impulsive, but kind of not. I don't know. There was things that came down the pipe this week that I would have been a fool saying no to. And then also probably Joe would have rejoiced and then also not said no to the same thing. But it was something that if I didn't take the opportunity to grab, I would have kicked myself well along. And now I have wish lists for accessories for new knives. But I am carrying the brand new, to me, fixed-bladed Adamas.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Was
that a Tuesday thing?
Yeah. Yeah,
that was a Tuesday thing. Oh, yeah, and P.S. My father-in-law kicks ass and takes names, and he has tried to get me back into watches. I was checking out his T-Saw today for way too much money, and then I was asking him about other, Nixons and Citizens and things that are very too much money.
Yeah.
Very too much money. Agreed.
That's the only way you could describe it.
100%.
So this, happened on Tuesday, and there was a handful of fixed-bladed Adamases that we had come back into our system from a mass order that had gotten canceled. And we had put them on sale over last Christmas even, and had cleared out a bunch of them on Boxing Week and things like that. And we had a couple left in the system as what Paul might be known as an FBA.
Yeah.
And there was one FBA in existence, and it was sitting in the back, kind of probably getting overlooked because of the normal fixed-bladed Adamases that are selling and kicking ass and taking name stuff. So on Tuesday, there was one FBA in the system that lasted for all of about 45 seconds before
Yeah.
it was no longer in the system.
That's about right.
So, TP grips might be a nice little stocking stuffer for an add-on this year.
I see. I understand. I understand all too well.
And I'm already molding a leather snap terry to get rid of the tactical mole, and probably going to put a belt loop or a carabiner on the backside already. So I've already rigged that up too.
Very nice.
Yeah. So those are things. Yeah. Oh yeah, and on a pool table that I don't play on enough. PS.
There's that.
Very cool.
Once I get camping gear and hunting gear and vacation Mexico gear off of it, I'm sure I'm going to play some pool again on it at some point.
Those damn horizontal surfaces, man.
Oh my goodness.
They're so inviting.
Come in handy for OCD organization.
Those things in your arms, they look so heavy. You just gently lay them across me. I'm sure you'll put them away properly later. Yep. No. Yeah, no, never fucking happens.
So yeah, I'll be looking at some TP grips. I was thinking about maybe making my own with some Chicago screws, but probably not.
Indeed.
I'm just gonna throw up some TP grips here. Yeah. Look at
Best
all these
thing to ever happen to a
fancy
fixed-bladed
options.
Adamas, because this as a sheath option or a handle option.
It's bullshit.
For the price you paid. I mean, a couple slabs of G10 aren't that expensive. I'm just saying.
You gonna get the mother of pearl handles for it?
Oh no, but there was some like marbly, shreddy Kieranite blue stuff that was available recently.
I think that might be the stuff I'm seeing in the wheel of knives at the bottom of the screen there.
No, well, it's in that's similar too. It's a Kieranite, but it's not a 3D molded. And if you're gonna go TP grips, you need to do 3D molded, like that one there that Joe just highlighted.
The blue.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
That's a shell. It's a shell handle.
It looks like a Hawaiian shirt became a knife handle.
I'm into it.
I don't think I would like that one as much on my brown. I think I am going to hold out for just probably a black rounded, which they don't have in stock right now.
Here's how it would look on the brown. Yeah, it doesn't look quite as good as on the gray black, but yeah. Still pretty neat.
Indeed.
So yeah, anyway.
Very cool. We only went 3 minutes over.
Hey, look at us.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of three things, I just put up a picture of the Jumbo normal micro.
All the Jimbos.
All the bears.
All the Jimbos all the time.
Doesn't that mean that the regular one is the right choice? Because it's the mama bear?
It's the mama Jimbo.
Yeah, it's just right.
Papa Jimbo, Mama Jimbo, and Baby Jimbo. It's, yeah.
So, here's a controversial take. I like the large one and the small one more than I like the normal one.
Oh, that's funny.
By, like, a significant margin.
Okay, FYI, I haven't played with the micro, so this is a bit of a Q&A for me because the boys got these in as a last minute, and it's a last minute thing to play with something fancy and new. And we like fancy and new. So there was a quick 180 on the plan for this Sunday stream, and now you guys get to tell me if the handle's too damn short like the Little Native. And if the action's crap like the Little Native. If the wire clip is crap like that. No, sorry.
The wire clip is not great. It's not my favorite.
Okay, how about that? It's tight, but it's
the
not.
Native was actually a spoon clip. But
imagine if a bug out clip was turned into a wire clip.
It's actually not a bad clip.
No, it's got really, really good retention, but you do absolutely have to lift it up to get it on your pants pocket.
It's
Feel like
one of
Cold Steel G10
one
because
of
the
those.
Yojimbos and the Yojumbos, and
It's
feel like
not
Cold
as
Steel G10.
it's not as rough as like the Jumbo.
Yeah, like you can
But it
see the
definitely.
texture.
The first time I went to put it in my pocket, it absolutely stopped and it would not go. And I had to try a second time, and I was like,
So-
"Oh, there, go ahead, fine."
With Paul's jeans in particular, that did happen. With my pants, which is more of the synthetic material, it went in and out.
Slacks.
Yeah, went in and out. Well, cargo slacks, but slacks
Yeah.
nonetheless. They did go in and out a lot easier, but I did still have to lift the clip slightly if I wanted to not like catch right at the thickest part of the seam.
I believe the term, Joe, is tactical slacks. Tactical slacks.
Yeah. Yeah,
You need yourself a black turtleneck.
what's with the trend of like the missing rear left pocket on cargo pants lately? It's like I know
Because they
you're
don't care. They don't care about us, Joe. They're trying to get rid of us. They're making us second-class citizens. It's bullshit.
it is
We've been trying to get rid of you.
Back
for...
to the bus. I mean, like back of the bus or
Yeah.
back to the bus, depending on. Am I getting deported? I'm not sure. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's
There's some
thinking about
camps.
back
You-
to the bus.
It's
There,
like we know you like camping. We're gonna send you anyway.
Get in the bus. You're
Just-
going camping, bud.
Yeah.
This camping
Um,
sucks.
This
So-
is the worst. I'm totally going off grid.
Yeah.
You'll never see me again.
Where the hell's my hammock?
So,
Where's-
Micro Jimbo.
oh yeah, here I got some specs for you and everything.
Nice.
I learned that many things. So overall, 6.22 blade length of 2.45, so sub 2.5, weight of 3 ounces on the nose, G10 handle S30V because that's a theme they got going. Why, well, whatever. Yeah. Blade thickness is 3.7 mils. Okay. Yeah.
Chonkus.
American made. I think that's it. Boom. I think I got everything.
I just want to
So-
point out, John Witwicky in chat, hot take. Joe is correct about the big and smalls. Based, 100% based.
Yeah. I appreciate that. So the first thing, stock thickness is the same as the Yo Jumbo. I think it's the same stock thickness for all 3 models actually, which is probably why it's also made out of S30V. Just we got to do something with all these offsets.
Oh,
It's just an upside down. It's just the other side of the cut.
Yeah.
PS other 2 specs at 245 MSRP on Spyderco's website and full flat grind versus some hollow town
Yes.
versus
For a knife that small, doesn't bother me as much.
Spyderco listen. That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I'm down. I'm down with the swirl on listening. That's good. Way to listen, swirly.
Yeah.
And by that I mean Eric Glasser. Just gonna start calling him Squirrely from now on.
Squirrely.
I mean-
yeah.
When the shoe fits.
Yeah.
So floating stop pin as opposed to the screw-in stop pin that's become standard with their Para 2 models, which is kind
More
of
like their Para 3 model.
more like
Has a
Para-
flo-
Oh,
they have
yes.
floating.
Yeah, you are correct. Don't know how big of a deal breaker that's going to be for people, but I know people are weird about their tactical knife construction. Here's some shots in hand. It's a little guy. It's just a little guy. Yeah, there's a little section of unsharpened blade where
you-
your finger can rest, but
Don't do it.
Can you? Yeah, it's a Micro Jimbo, Dick Richards. Thanks for joining us. What are you carrying? If you're carrying anything except for a variation of a Yo Jimbo Ronin, that's the wrong answer. Go pick it up. I know you own them. Come on.
He's got you there.
he's got a point.
There's
Yeah.
got to be some sort of variation in that guy's collection. I mean,
I assume so.
if I'm a betting man, I don't remember everything that everyone carries, but damn, dude.
Yeah.
So, can I see handle comparison for the Dragonfly again? Because I happen to have one in my hand.
Yeah.
I kind of skimmed
absolutely.
over that one because,
So you get
but in finger
just
gripping
about
down.
Yeah, the actual grip area is about the same. I had it lined up with the pivots here, but if you actually measure from the end of the finger choil on the Dragonfly to the end of the handle, and then bring that over to the grip area on the handle for the Micro Jimbo, it's very, very, very similar.
You're almost identical.
Within a millimeter or two.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Because that was one of my big complaints about the little native, is it just got too small. Like you had to put a lanyard on it to make it minimalist work type of shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
the
actually
only
gonna-
knife that's worth doing too is the honeybee,
I'm going to bring up a picture of the little native here.
the McBee.
yeah, you didn't even say the right knife, man.
Well, isn't his called the honeybee?
Which?
The custom?
His? I don't know, but the Spyderco Honeybee is not the same knife.
No, that's fair.
It's
That is fair. You've got me there.
Yeah.
Which I feel falls in the same category of knives for some reason. It's the little guy on the block.
And for the record, Dick Richards is carrying a bug out, which he found.
Hey, there you go. Good.
And
Hey.
crossbones. Good for you. Good for you.
Nice.
Well done. Well played, sir. I appreciate the fact that it turned up. Anyway, back to that finger picture, because you had the bend test going on that one.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
passes the bend test, huh?
But like very nicely. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it feels subtle in hand, where like you're holding it, you're like, oh yeah, this is for John Wicking your way through life. Yeah, absolutely. For a mini tactical knife, I mean, like really, the thing's comfy. The thing's very comfy.
Apparently, Dick Richards now has 2 bug outs because he found one at a laundromat.
Oh. Damn, dude.
Good for you.
Hell yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
You got flavors of the season now, dude. Like, it's sweet.
Glaturations.
I don't know if I'm going to repeat what Joe just said.
It's for the best.
It might be a slur in certain parts of the world. I don't know.
If I'm a betting man.
And the negative balance in my bank account says I am. Yeah.
Yeah, loan shark pounding on my door. I might agree with that.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, I know you didn't get a chance to handle it, but what are your thoughts as far as seeing it in hand? Keeping in mind, like palm width is not too dissimilar, but your fingers are longer than mine.
Well, yeah. Oh, again, with Spyderco and little knives in particular, like quite often they have this swing and a miss where they just can't find that sweet spot of size, right? And it's not always, but it has been known to happen where all of a sudden Spyderco is struggling with, let's add some crazy finger choils that don't belong to make this knife work, because otherwise this knife wouldn't work. It's like,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the weird stuff works, and you end up with some crazy heavy contours, like on the lava here, that for a lot of people, super comfy. But yeah, that little native was just weird.
And even things like the little Valhouten. I'm like,
Yeah,
just, I
that's
think
another one that was a little strange.
feels like a swing and a miss. The ergos, the handle, the whatever. It's like when Spyderco goes little, I have more faith when they go big than when they go little.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
it seems like if they start small and then get bigger from there, it's
Like even
less
squeaks and
problematic.
stuff, there's some disconnect between the blade and the handle. It feels a little like it's, I don't know. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Little lumps, same idea.
Yeah. Well, the little
They're cute
No.
and they're fun, but the handle ergos was not the best.
That's why I went with the big one.
No, the right answer is the Lum Tanto. Paul.
Yeah, well, you know,
Or
one
the
day.
Lum Dow.
Yeah, just give me one of those then, please.
You got one on offer?
No.
I got a pearl handled dagger I got to track down, okay?
Yeah, good fucking luck, dude.
Yeah, I know.
So hand filling, this
Eh,
knife in
anyway.
particular, this handle doesn't suffer from the issue I have with the paramilitary 2s and the 3s, where there's a distinctive lack of chamfering around the edge of the handle. I don't know whether it's because it's just overall so small or because that deep finger groove actually mitigates a lot of that issue. But this is a pretty comfortable knife to hold hard, but it doesn't feel like it's going to shift around in your grip if you were to like impact something. So as far as like a tactical knife goes, yeah, I think it was designed pretty well. Nice skinny back end, so if you do decide you're going to end up trying to thrust with it, it's just going to wedge its way into your grip. It's not going to shift out anywhere.
I mean, Joe's channeling his inner Yanich over there. It's
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was designed by the man, right? So there's this happy little signature upside
Did
down
he
right there.
design the little guy too?
in order to
Yeah.
carry the knife, you need to know the man who designed the knife. It's,
Oh, there's
Sometimes.
a photo there. I forget what was the MSRP on this thing. It was
$245 US, but that's a little bit high compared to a lot of other retailers, including us, which were below that on CAD. So bing, 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 bing type of thing.
yeah. For how well made it is, that doesn't bother me too much. Everything just continues to get more and more expensive, and I know DLCing stuff is not cheap. But what did
I wonder if Spyderco puts their website's MSRP deliberately high to affect resale value after it next discontinued?
maybe to affect resale, but I think more likely to support their dealer network, so that you're always getting a better deal if you go with, us
Well, yes.
or
Yes,
Blade
100%.
HQ or Knife Center, whoever. But as far as the resale value, I mean, I know they're deeply tied in with their collector group. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah. Spydercos are pretty collectible.
Yeah. So I know I don't mind the flat grind, and Dennis seemed like he was pretty okay with it.
Well, 3.7 mils, they better fucking flat grind it. I don't know how much of a distal taper 3.7 mils had to be to get that into a hollow grind to make this thing cut, but I think the only answer was to flat grind it at that point, right? Like
Well,
it's
I
hollow
completely agree there.
hollow grinding would have made it a bit of a monster. I don't have my little tough light, which unfortunately went missing several years ago, but I do have my tough light. And
oh, that's because I stole it. I've got a mini tough light around here somewhere. It's fine. It's
skinny, stupid skinny. And this isn't. Actually, it's about the same size as the little Jimbo. Maybe the handle's a little bigger. Hard to tell with the choils in the way. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to imagine Spyderco doing a blade grind like this on that knife, I think would have been very, very, very cool. That would have been scary sharp. But I think this size of knife is more likely to be used as a little utility cutter. And with S30V, I think going with a flat grind was the smarter option. I still would have liked
edge stability too, even right? Like it's
yeah, exactly. I would have still liked to have seen a hollow ground version of this knife, but I understand why they didn't with this steel choice. That's all.
I was gonna say I love the hollow grinds on the Jimbo and the Jumbo. Like
Yeah.
they've got some sick hollows. But I think the full flat on this option was the right choice, and I love a full flat from Spyderco.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you look at the spine on the Jimbo and the Jumbo, even how awesome that spine looks from that recurve kind of Warncliffy grind down to that hollow.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
The tip of those knives, they just look effing mean.
Yes. Yes. They are a very effective visual, let's say.
Yeah. I don't have it here. Paul, do you happen to have your God damn it. The smock. Do you happen to have the smock handy? Because that's another knife where it's like, oh, it's just flat and then hollow. Yeah, if you could show the spine of the knife without it disappearing. Yeah, you can see it especially towards that tip. Yeah. Very much a similar thing, but if you see where that grind starts here, especially on the big guy. Like, holy shit. Yeah, that thing, it's like a Spanish razor. I think I mess you up.
It's funny. I actually pulled out this bag looking for my McBee
Oh, yeah.
because it's got a similar blade profile, and this
Yeah,
feels like the littlest of the
a
bunch.
little bit.
And I haven't carried it in a while, so it's going back in my pocket.
Mhm.
I've forgiven it for scratching my Arrakis.
Oh, that's still a shame, but yes.
Yeah.
I really do like how it seems like the handle design was revisited each time the knife was sized up or sized down, though. Like you can
Yep.
actually really clearly see it here, even between the jumbo and the Jimbo here. The spacing of those peaks and valleys have changed to accommodate different size hands.
I appreciate how they didn't just CAD program it, which
100%.
some
Yeah.
other companies that are more,
Benchmade.
CRKT, have been known to get away with doing shit like that, and you can tell. That's like you guys didn't actually think about putting this in someone's hands. You can literally see even the grid pattern looks the same on the knife in a scaled up, scaled down size, right? Like
Yeah.
crossbones, jumbones
Yeah.
was a good example of that, right? Like,
and I feel like that's a great first step in developing like a different size in a knife. You know what I mean? Like this, where you just pull the CAD program, you print it, get it in hand, see what it feels like. I say print, but you could also just like mill it out of something cheap.
Yeah.
Get an idea how it feels in hand, and then from there go, okay, no, I'm going to change this here, and I'm going to adjust this. And you could like take that model in a lot of cases and just start grinding on it until it fit your hand better. And then being like, there, now I'm going to draw this. So there.
Trying to think of a. Oh, this is the first entry in the Jimbo Jumbo series where it's a deep carry. Like actually a deep carry instead of a relatively shallow spoon clip. I say
Yeah.
relatively shallow, but
and again, going to that wire versus
I was going to say, I would
the
love to see
spoonage. Yeah.
the Jimbo and the Jumbo in a wire clip. That'd
Yeah.
be awesome.
I wonder if the tension. Well, you know, if they gave it a small enough clip, like they gave it one of these mini wire clips, then maybe there'd be enough tension there. I still would make the argument that I very much prefer the feeling in hand of Spyderco spoon clips, just because of the way it gets out of the way of the back of the knife. And for someone who might be carrying one of these knives professionally, because I don't know, that seems like it's their target audience, having a place to grab the knife and actually very easily find it in a stressful situation, take it out of your pocket, open the knife, and have it comfy is pretty good. The mini, like if you're carrying this for work, you're a bodyguard, I guess, or you're a cop or something like that.
A body cop.
But you're a body cop of some sort. Yeah, exactly. Maybe like the discretion of carrying a knife isn't necessarily your primary concern, whereas this is definitely aimed at like regular people who want to carry a knife that is gonna cut like a motherfucker. Yeah.
Well, and there is something to be said in a like semi-tactical situation of people not really noticing the knife. So the more it tucks away in the pocket, you know, there's different.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah.
I was actually going to state, if you hadn't said it earlier, I was going to make that same point though about having it be a little bit deeper on the handle gives you that little place to grab, which in a tactical knife situation does feel like a more useful situation, a more useful thing, which you see to like the most extreme on like any cold steel pocket sword. The Espada sticks out of your pocket by like 3 inches. Like
that's by necessity, though. I mean, otherwise it wouldn't fit in your pocket.
It wouldn't fit. Yeah. That is fair too.
Yeah.
And to Mad Yakko, Maximax was the custom, the Mabumbo or something like that, I think was Mabombo, I think, was the larger one that CRKT made. And then, yes, Minimal X was the smaller version of that we reviewed not too long ago.
And if you think that one's small, you should see the one from Boker.
The Baby X, I think is what they called it. Yeah.
It's just a little guy.
Just a whittled little guy.
Like it's comparing blade length with this thing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So MicroJimbo. MicroJimbo. MicroJimbo is an oxymoron. It's like jumbo shrimp.
Well, the micro jumbo is just the Jimbo.
It's just the mama bear. Yeah, the mama Jimbo.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
Oh, you were asking about the action earlier. Yeah, action's great.
Well, that was the other thing about the little native is they like did Teflon-y and they went way too tight on it, and it was just like not even flickable. It was like worse than some of their lockbacks. It was terrible. Like, why make a compression lock that you can't flick, you assholes?
Yeah.
This thing's definitely flickable, both thumb and
snappies, Spidey snap.
Yeah, 100%.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. That was
detail.
My other complaint. So again, step in the right direction. Price point, a little steep, but all of them are. So get used to that. You know, if you want one, you want one. Type of.
Yeah.
What else we got? What else we got on this bad boy?
I don't really have much to complain about with this guy.
You want to bitch about Spyderco just keeping S30V because it's easy for them to do instead of just like, you know,
going
better.
to S45.
Well, something. Yeah, you did your.
I want
paras.
I want more things from them in S45. I want options because I don't need another para 2. But
it's not. S30V is not a bad steel.
No.
Especially the way Spyderco does it. It's a pretty solid choice. I'm not sure that S30V is necessarily the best choice for this knife, though.
Okay, having said what I've said, though, the one thing with Spyderco is if a model is popular, then there'll be a Spy 27, then there'll be an S110, then there'll be a sprint run with carbon fiber and S90. Then they'll just continue it.
K390 would be cool.
Has that happened with any other Michael Janich design, though?
Well, there's been some exclusives and some sprints in Mama Jimbo.
Yeah. There's M4 Jimbos out there for sure.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about the Blade HQ guys and the
and the 4V.
Okay.
Is who does the red handles with the black blades and the 4V? I forget. There's some other company.
Is it Knife Center?
No. Say it's not listed on Spyderco's website, so that's super handy.
Oh, okay. I could be wrong then.
See, well, hold up. Let me look up C85 and then.
Because I know they did a little native in that exclusive. I thought they did a Jimbo as well.
Maybe not.
No, I could be wrong.
They have a purple with crew wear.
Spyderco just does a variation of everything. So
they do, yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm sure they made that.
Yeah. So I mean, there are going to be other options if you wanted to get something like M4. Getting an M4 with a that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, but then you have to deal with having jade, right? So
well, you could dye that if you wanted. I mean, if you're buying it because you want a different steel because you want to use it, I mean, dyeing it's not the worst thing in the world, right?
I guess.
So, what are the chances they do a light version? Because I don't think they've done a polymer handled version of the Janich stuff before.
No LWs. I don't know if Michael would be happy with an LW Mama Jimbo.
Well, not a Mama, but for the little guy with their FRN and a BD1N blade, I mean...
Yeah, or a Spy 27.
Yeah. Well,
maybe.
I was thinking about something with a price drop. If it's Spy 27, it's probably going to be the same price, even with FRN. But
you think?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. But
I don't
They're
think
doing
they'll
that wrong.
go lightweight Spy before they do lightweight BD1.
No, that's true. BD1 would be the first choice.
That would be
I
the
imagine.
winner. Yeah. For the chicken dinner,
Mm.
yeah. Somebody's getting dinner.
Yeah, mix.
Meow mix.
Mhm.
What?
Please
I like
deliver.
chicken. I
guess.
like
I mean,
liver. Meow mix, please deliver. Come on.
No
I don't know.
tip down carry option because some things need to die apparently.
Yeah, just let it die.
Yeah. Well, same time they let the spoon die.
Well,
If there
let's
is
be
no
honest here.
spoon, there is no tip up or tip down. Sorry.
These handles are not fitting in Molly.
No,
I don't
In
think so,
Molly?
man. I think they're too wide.
is that a thing? Is somebody talking about that in chat or?
No. I've seen. You see, like a lot of like the SOCP dagger, the tip down carry was intended so that you could literally strap that to your vest and pull the knife quick and easy, and it's in the right
Oh.
position from the vest.
Right.
I don't think you're doing that with these.
No, and the knife is small enough that you should be able to get your thumb into the opening position just pulling it out of your pocket anyway. Like the one
Yeah.
reason I was justifying a tip down carry with a long knife was because yeah, technically that is a faster, easier way to grab your knife and thumb it open. But if it's a short knife, you don't really need it.
As a guy who's had multiple knives recently try to open in his pocket, I don't like it.
Well, do better.
It's fair.
Yeah.
So, I
You
mean,
need to start carrying tip down, but the clip on
Yeah.
the left side
go
in your
back
right
to
pocket.
an old military, or
I will not.
or
should
a new
join us.
Kershaw, depending on what they're designing. But anyway,
You only get one option, Paul. You only get one option. That's it.
It's the worst option. The
Oh,
second
dude,
worst option.
somebody on Blade Forums on their EDC carry pick for the day had actually a picture of this exact model of knife, but the pocket clip was conspicuously missing, and it looked like it was a recent thing. It's
Yeah.
just like, no, enough of that.
Oh, dude, I would be like trying to screw a pocket clip through the lanyard hole or something.
Yeah, all right.
tap and die sets. It's just
Well,
make
there's
your
no
own.
liner on the inside to do that
It's-
too.
It's not. You have to thread the lanyard hole.
Yeah.
don't do it.
Big fat screw in there.
Um,
I'm here for it.
would you say this thing is small enough to carry in a fifth pocket?
It's
'Cause it's-
dragonfly sized, so technically,
But it's kind of thick, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
It's 3 ounces, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a bailout.
It's the aluminum Osborne.
the weight doesn't bother me,
This
but
pouch.
No, but when you're talking about how wide it is, it's like, yeah, because the thing's a brick. Like,
yeah, it sure is.
Is
At
it that much
3
bigger than my
ounces.
Yorkie?
The Yorkie? What's
Yeah.
the Yorkie?
The Kaiser Yorkie.
I
Because I've carried
know.
that fifth pocket.
I didn't measure the blade stock, or sorry, the handle thickness compared to
It's
anything
definitely
else.
thicker, like left to right, but I'm not as worried about that. It's the depth in the handle from like spine to
Spine to edge,
from spine
kinda thing?
down.
Like,
Yeah,
for like that dimension then.
yeah, because the pocket's only so
Ah.
wide.
Yeah, depending on I was gonna say I've done that with my native before in certain jeans. But they had kind of a wide, like you could put a Game Boy cartridge in, in some of those pockets. So yeah.
And why wouldn't you?
Dust, lint.
They have little cases.
They do. Don't talk me into silly shit, Paul.
Some
I'm gonna
next
come
level
walking.
nerdery.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna come walking into work with my fucking Game Boy Color one day.
Spare game in the
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep. Hiya.
Who wouldn't like this knife? Who's this a bad knife for? It's such a decent size that like if you like, okay, would we call this a Warncliffe? Straight edge, kind of a modified.
I've got an answer to that question.
Okay.
People with eyeballs.
Um.
Yeah,
I love
that's not
I
the worst
love the
answer.
I love the Yojimbo. It is a mean, like, it's some things, but it's also goddamn hideous.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe I'm spider blind at this point.
Yeah.
no. The Jimbo family is like related outside of marriage for sure. Um, like
Yeah, like vultures are cool birds, but they're not what I would call pretty in a lot of cases. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on the vulture, but point taken. It's definitely.
These are vulture-esque.
I suppose any attraction to the design here purely comes from, oh, I know how that's gonna cut, and I know how
Oh,
that's gonna feel in hand. Like, yeah,
100%. I love the knives. They're fantastic, but
they almost look
pretty
like
they are not.
the silhouettes of like some Eve spacecraft, especially some of the larger late
your,
game ones. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
very.
it's one of the battleships.
your
Yeah.
8-year-old nephew that's really into dinosaurs draws a pterodactyl but also a knife at the same time. You're like, yeah, that's just needs wings, man. Good job.
Hell yeah. To that
The
end,
old pterodactyl knife.
I'd say the smallest one is probably the least hideous.
It's the least lumpy.
Yeah.
But it's also the most box cuttery.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, that you could like literally put an X-Acto blade and like
Oh, don't give Spyderco
pull
any ideas. Vivi's been doing that
interchangeable
enough.
blade out on that and make that their next thing, and it would be the same. Look at the blade shape on it. Like,
Oh,
Hate it.
stop it. You're setting them down a path I cannot follow.
no. Yanich put a stop to that.
Yeah.
But the guy that designed the Canis, on the other hand, he's like, sounds like a good idea, son. It's,
It sounds like I'm printing money over here.
I think I'm older than he is. Anyway, potentially. So, yeah, without playing with it, it sounds like they've done some good things with this new iteration.
Well, we know a guy that like had to talk himself out of buying one immediately, and we only got the one. So,
Well, I don't know who you're talking about, but I'm sure that guy has no taste.
yeah.
Fool.
Hey, John, what do you think of that?
Well, now I double down. Good lord.
I know what he's bought.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
looked at sales history.
he does have a Jot Sing in his pocket. I guarantee you, like right now. So,
It's a slippery slope, son.
yeah. This is an upgrade, really, as far as from the old looks department.
He's not carrying it, he's riding it.
Yeah, there you go.
I've seen the ads.
There was a very small amount of effort looking into it, but there's apparently some posters made from the advertisement photos that they had done, and one of the Spyderco Collector Group guys actually ended up with a bunch of advertisement posters from Spyderco, one of them being the Jot Sing. And
Nice.
They said apparently the thread is like always got kind of a creepy feeling from it. Not sure if I want to hold on to it, but for the collection, I probably should.
I'll be honest. I was so happy when I found out that it actually is Jot Sing in the photo,
Yeah,
because I thought they had just like
Gotten
I
a
know.
generic Jot
Well,
Sing?
well, no, I thought they had taken a white guy and painted him up. To be honest, and I was cringing.
I mean, there's jokes there I will not make, but yeah.
Well, I was looking for the term like Indian face instead of blackface, but you needed both of those words for it to make a lot of sense. You know?
turns out the only white thing about him is he was riding a giant knife.
Yeah.
No, he's
It's a good thing that the World Trade Towers weren't in the background.
not in that one.
Oh, there's more?
Yeah, there's some silly shit.
Oh no.
Yeah. His custom work, though, holy crap! I keep meaning to.
He does gorgeous work.
I think we've got it on the history for the work computer, but I need to bookmark it here so I can drill some more.
They're definitely in the background. Oh, touche.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, we've talked about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you should show some of his work afterwards as well, too, because, like you said,
100%.
gorgeous.
So, yeah, Arizona's got a couple, but this is the poster we were talking about.
Yeah, it's a thing.
He just looks like he's having the greatest time, though. I mean,
yeah.
Holy shit! They made a Spider Edge version.
What?
Is that what that's? Is that not what that looks like at the bottom of the tiny picture?
A fully serrated.
Jesus Christ!
Hey, John, guess what you need to go and find?
Fuck! He's just gonna have one in each pocket. This isn't good.
Yeah. Can't put anything else in those pockets.
Yeah. Or put them both in the same pocket. There you go.
They'll clash.
Yeah. Let's take a brief stroll down.
Anyone else on MicroJimbos? Anything? I'm sure Michael Yanich is real excited about checking out Johnson Customs during our review of his night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
no, can't hear shit. Noise cancellation.
Yeah.
She's like full on squonking.
You're lucky we can hear you, man.
No.
Noise cancellation.
But are we lucky? Are we lucky that we can hear?
Someone is lucky out there somewhere.
Not locally, not in local space.
I fixed it.
No congratulations. Yeah, I don't really have a funny score for this guy. It's just a sweet little knife. If you like straight edges and you like S30V and you like the compression lock and you like smaller knives, this is a pretty solid pick. Like even outside of a self-defense scenario, this is to be a mean carpet cutter.
Yeah. I like to compare a lot of things to my PPT, but this is probably the closest. The handle's not the same length, but like blade length and stuff is probably the closest of the three.
Fair.
And I love that knife.
It is available. It is available with a satin blade as well. We just had the one DLC version come in.
So far, right?
I imagine so far. I'm sure we have the satin ones on order.
Yeah, I don't know that they've released those ones yet, have they?
It's an add to cart option on their website, so.
Touche. It's just a Canadian thing.
Yeah, you know. You guys have any funny ratings for this?
No. It's great.
I am going to rate it whatever the action would be after you put it in a bowl of porridge.
So fantastic.
So of course.
Just getting splattering anybody that's near you with porridge every time you flick it open.
That's how you know it's just right.
Awful.
I didn't know how I was going to work into it, but the just right category had to come up somewhere.
No, that's good.
Yeah. All right.
I'm glad I can help you get there.
Phrasing.
I'm not going to talk about
phrasing. Easy, gentlemen. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
We feel some
Good
ways.
Good times.
Yeah. Hey, Paul. Suffer.
I'm going to suffer?
Yeah, just Paul. Suffer. It's a,
Why?
Oh,
Why is?
hello.
yeah,
He's
it's an
suffering?
it's an add to cart option.
Oh, only 795 American.
Yeah, but look at it.
I sure am.
Mother of pearl, full Damascus.
Yeah. I got a mother of pearl Kabar that I'm looking for.
I know.
It's probably 1/7 of that.
So, good times. Any side quests?
I don't specifically have anything. I do have a Instagram page that I found recently that's kind of neat that we could talk about if we got nothing else.
Yeah, link it over. What is it?
It is. Here, I'll just send it to the Pokey Factor group chat here. That'll be the easiest way to get it to you now.
Probably. I think I can copy paste that stuff.
Okay.
I have a couple things. Yeah.
I'm happy to talk about any of them things. Oh, I actually have a Pokey Factor section here.
Vosteed made a new knife called the Parallel. That's fun.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Out of stock? Yeah, of course. It's a new model. Okay. 154 titanium. Get your choice of. Hey, they changed the thumb stud color depending on which variation you buy. Isn't that cute? Neat.
I think the big thing is thinness. Look at handles; they are racing with the narrows, I believe.
Oh, good lord! This thing, yes, I want to say Metal Complex had a video recently on this, or maybe it was Neves. I can't remember, but yeah, stupid thin.
They're certainly hiding it a little bit with those chamfered corners, for sure.
Just a touch, but not if you look at the backside here.
Okay. Touche.
They also made a fixed blade called the Mink, and now they have a Mink XL, which is looking pretty damn fancy.
Looks like they got pretty long slots there for that wire clip too. Maybe I could.
You like a long slot, don't you?
You know, I'm not opposed.
Children, please.
Won't somebody think of the children?
It's neat.
That Warncliffe mink is sick.
That was the one that I had actually seen, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the look of it.
It looks good too, but that other one looks like a Vero in blade shape.
It looks like the Vero fixed blade.
Yeah, that heavy swedge, I guess. It's just an even, yeah. And then, that angular chop at the end. Pretty cool. Decent amount of belly on that, yeah. Yeah. Wow, I hate to say it, but I like the look of the black and blue.
So yeah, Vosteed's doing some things.
I'm into that.
Very cool.
$80 American. What's the steel in that?
Nitro V.
Ooh.
You can handle it.
What's the handle on that? What's the blue?
It's G10. Or Micarta.
It's none of your goddamn business. That's all right then.
What's the overall length?
It's a 4-inch blade.
It's a 4-inch blade. That's a hell of a neck knife. Never mind.
3.99.
Yeah. Okay. Overall length, 8 inches. 8.02.
Horizontal carry it is.
So like. I don't really have. Well. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I do have your link here.
I do very much appreciate how you got your measurement there.
Oh, off my fingers. Yeah, I'm like,
Donald Trump styles. It's
All right.
Sounds like your obsession with crayon size. Anyway, so.
Oh, restricted profile. Paul.
What?
Why are you gonna be like that, man?
Oh, it's because it's knives. I betcha.
Probably. Can I even see it on my account? Yep. That's a shame. Really?
Yeah, that's booty. Because I showed you a couple of these knives on the weekend, Joe.
Yes, you
The
did.
real pretty ones.
Is there a link to a website on this guy's page?
Yes, there is.
So what's the link and what does the website say after you click the link?
So it's www.madebykarys.com.
I'm just gonna copy the link from his page and
There you go. Do that.
go there directly. There we go.
Hey, look at the big brain on Brad. I'm
Hey.
Brad. That's
Hey, Brad.
These knives aren't cheap at all.
No.
These knives aren't cheap. You swindled me, sir.
Is that Michelangelo's David with what is going on with that handle there? It's like a statue being born from a block of something.
Cheese. It's a block of cheese.
It's Parmesan for sure.
All right.
Indeed.
So he makes some pretty stuff, you say?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty
Ooh.
ridiculous.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, I'm happy that they're actually for sale because on his Instagram it says they're not for sale.
Well, not for
But it
sale
says
through
something
Instagram.
Well, that's because he's keeping them for himself, you see. It's these ones aren't for sale.
Look at that bronze.
Yeah, the
I wonder how that affects edge performance.
I'm not even talking about the copper in the blade. I'm talking about that bolster, that ferrule.
Yes. Yeah.
How do you get that texture in it?
You put acid on it and forget, and then you're like, oh shit! Now I got to make this into something.
don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't know.
Hates my gates.
Hey, you don't know, man.
I mean,
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
you got me there, I
I'm not
guess.
sure. Super cool.
Yes.
In particular, the flat of the blade. Oh, the end of that handle. Oh man, this guy's got some cool textures going on. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The texture along the flat of the blade here, from a distance, almost looked like a burned up stick of wood, like almost charcoal kind of looking.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's hot. That's pretty hot.
Playing with textures. He does some really crazy like what's the-
Oh, excuse me.
What's the
complex
price point?
grinds and stuff. $1,200, 1,200 euro, 1,900 euro.
Yep.
Yeah, they're hoity-toity.
This is sculpture as much as it is. This is functional art. That's awesome.
The Hoyts,
Good
the
for you.
Hoyts and the
This
Toits.
is
Oh,
pinkies up.
There may be too many toits here for me to afford anything, but
Well, I was gonna say I feel pretty fancy about some of the knives in my kitchen knife collection, and
nope,
I
Paul.
was-
They're all
I
they're
was
all
pushed down.
Yeah.
yeah.
Trash.
Oh, they're
Oh,
dog
you're
shit.
throwing trash.
Gotta throw that $700 one away. It's
Yeah.
garbage. Garbo. Still
That-
shaving sharp 2 years later.
That bolster
fine.
almost looks like concrete.
Yeah.
Well, what he did is he painted concrete, you see.
I'd be okay with that. This is Apex Ultra as well. Good fucking god. Okay, so it's not just functional sculpture. It's like highly functional sculpture. That's cool.
Wow. He had to balance out the concrete, you see.
Oh,
Is it weird that it's like almost the exact opposite of like high-end custom makers where they're just using like RWL 34 or 154 CM because most people don't care. Whereas this is like you said, highly functional.
yeah.
Not to say that 154 CM or RWL is not functional, but
There is that caveat there. It's just
Yeah.
the polish you can get on those materials, and still have a crazy refined edge after the fact is pretty impressive.
100%.
That being said, and this isn't much of an aside, but Artisan recently came out with is it the Wizard or the Warlock? Mirror polished S90V blade. Jesus Christ, that thing looks cool as hell.
I saw that. But then I think I made some comment about, well, it's awesome as long as the action's not gritty out of the box.
The
Well,
ones
I
I've
mean,
seen in
it's going
review
to be.
look incredible.
Mm,
Like the action seems
yeah.
flawless.
Like Artisan looked at the action before they sent it to the reviewer.
Yeah, possibly, but that means there's a chance. Anyway, it's on a Kickstarter for some fucking reason.
You know the reason.
Yeah, I don't like the reason, so I'm gonna say for some fucking reason because it's a.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If I hadn't been burnt multiple times by this company, and then they came out as lying about the fanciness of their own proprietary steel. Like, I believe this is
Wow.
S90.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
S90.
And then also
Multi-Damascus.
PS, I mean, cool mirror polishing the side of it. But, I mean, does that mean that you still need a toothy edge on your bevel?
Well,
Like it's S90.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Probably to the edge there, yeah.
It's going to be a two-tone contrast because my bevel is still going to be a 15-degree angle to
It's the
skip the
opposite
apex
contrast
of
of
S90.
I'm
what
okay
you see
with that.
normally.
You have a Scandi with the satin and the sides are polished.
Yeah.
$700 for that specific version of this knife.
Yeah, there's not an artisan on the planet that's worth $700.
It's just the solid Damascus, man. That's
100%. I'm not
Like-
saying the materials aren't worth it.
Was it integral Damascus?
Artisan has not impressed
Not
me
this
enough
one.
to get that much money out of my pocket, is what I mean.
that's
This one
fair.
indicating that they might have other ones.
I think they actually do have other integrals, but this is not one of them.
Well, do better, you know.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this
It looks like a nice knife. It looks like a nice knife.
there exactly.
I don't know how else I could really describe that.
I need to mess around with my Centauri because it's got up and down play.
That is not appropriate for the channel, Paul. You mess around with your Centauri on your own time, sir.
I mean, I will. You don't know.
It's-
I'll do a little my own private stream later, fiddling with it.
You got a
Oh,
little up and down play. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm
unlisted.
gonna turn the stream off. I think. I think we've done enough.
We're done. I think we're done here.
Yeah.
I think so. I think so.
I'll tell you when we're done.
I'm almost done.
Oh God.
It's just a little more up and down play, and we'll be
Yeah.
ready to go. Yeah. No heads. That's impressive, Paul.
Hey, you know, I got
Cricket and
that.
thumbs up. It's
I got that. That control. It's all in the Kegel muscles.
I think it's called having the underside of a desk and some duct tape, but you know.
I mean,
why is that pool noodle taped to the bottom of your desk?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Sometimes I just want to pretend it's an elephant's trunk. Okay.
sometimes.
Okay, all the time.
I was gonna say only on days that ended in Y.
And by
Look
that
at
I mean
the-
it's organizing my cables. Come on.
Look at the layers of that. You think that's cast iron on the outside?
Concrete.
He does specify a lot of his materials here. Yeah, it's wrought iron,
Okay. Look at me go.
carbon steel, and it's a Diba, so it's actually like
Single
hollow.
bevel.
Well, not just single bevel, but look, it's hollow on that side.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Of course.
can I-
You had to reduce the weight on the fact that it was cast iron.
Good lord. That's cool as shit. Okay, well, thanks for directing me to someone who does just batshit crazy work.
You're welcome.
That's awesome.
I found this guy as an ad on Instagram. And
Okay.
I was like, he like promoted his work, and I was like, what is this? It was actually the original
Interesting.
picture was a picture of bread knives that looked like wood saws. So like the serrations were like an inch wide, each individual one.
Hmm,
It was
okay.
badass. Yeah. And I was like,
That's
I
fun.
have to know more.
Would you like to know more?
Yes, I would. Give to me.
Well, that's a follow.
Yeah, he makes pretty things.
Man, there's stuff on his. Okay, if you're still watching at this point, you really should go see his Instagram. There's a bunch of stuff on there that is not on his website, at least not in this main section we were looking at here under products. I guess this is just what's been available or recently
This
available.
gallery type of thing. You might have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a portfolio here. Oh, he did little curiosities at some point? Oh, cool. Okay.
Well, those are fun.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
cute.
if he's taking his own photos or not. But damn, if he is,
What
congratulations.
is that?
They're gems.
Growing
Some sort of
gems.
amethyst in the side of the handle.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool.
Because, as one does
Yeah,
to a knife handle,
pinky's up.
you put some amethyst in it.
I think that knife's left-handed though, because I don't know that I could get my hand around it without being all up in them gems.
You think I'm going to enjoy that in the palm? Fuck you, man.
Mid inspiration is brutalist architecture. Yeah, you don't say. Jesus. Very cool.
I'd rather have the wraparound on the fingies than it dig it into your palm.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
well, you think that thing's made purely for comfortable use? Come on now.
Where's Krakow?
I don't know. And it won't let me highlight the word for an easy. Oh, it will. It just wouldn't highlight properly. It's in Poland. Yeah.
Okay.
Which explains It also explains the love for brutalist architecture.
Uh-huh. That's why I was wanting to know.
Cool.
Neat.
Anything else before we turn in?
Kenwu made more cool shit.
Oh
I
yeah.
showed you the Timascus watch because that was cool shit. But now they had a knife called the Padre. They now have a mini version called the Compadre.
Yes. I do remember that.
It's with an O. It's with an O.
Oh.
Show you your O face. Then it's with a U.
Oh yeah, they're doing a watch now.
Yeah, I talked about that a couple weeks
Yeah,
back.
that's a good looking watch.
So the Compadre is the new mini Padre. But then they also came out with a mini Chad.
Chad Jr.
I don't know. I think they just called it mini Chad. I don't know.
There's a compact Chad.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the one. Yeah.
The Giga Chad though.
Yeah, we've talked about Giga Chads.
Yeah.
We sure have.
But the compact Chad, yeah. So they made a mini. Now, of both of their good selling models, now they have minis in both of those selling models as well.
3.11 inch blade. Okay, so it's a little guy.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. What's the steal on that? Something fun.
PM60.
Yeah.
Why is that familiar?
Wham.
At a 66 to 69 Rockwell.
Wham. Yeah, it had something that was fancy town.
What the hell is PM60?
I think Spyderco might do a knife in PM60 or has done.
I already have it bookmarked, so that's a. Was it one of their mules that had the PM60?
Maybe.
Extremely high alloy, high speed tool steel, capable of reaching very high red hot hardness up to 6870. So it's a hot working tool steel, kind of like M4, but apparently just to the nth degree.
I guess that means you won't burn an edge.
Not recommended to use an edge below 15 degrees per side. Lower than that, can't support all the carbides and edge holding ability decreases. Jesus.
Oh, she blows out. She blows. She blows, son.
It's a HAP 72.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Puts it in some sort of HAP perspective.
Yeah.
HAP 40, so to speak. What was the other HAPs that have been out there?
I don't know. I only know HAP 40. And I know that it's a long-lasting edge, no?
Yeah. Very cool. Okay.
Shit's neato.
Tool steel, so I imagine probably like a K390 level stain resistance, at least.
Yeah, depending on the carbide structure, maybe less than even.
Yeah, maybe this is one I would actually want to have a coating on. And it's
You'd need
DLC, so that wouldn't
you'd
affect the
need
hardness at all.
to giga it.
I mean, the Giga's cool because it does have the mirror polish.
It's got the DLCs, right?
Yeah, that DLC's pretty hot. Oh, hey, there's a picture comparing the regular Chad. Nice.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Yeah, I'm
The
liking it.
handle is surprisingly similar with that blade drop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking the mini. I think that's a cool looking knife.
Yeah.
More than the compadre. Because the
Hmm.
compadre was the mini padre.
That was the one we got to
Yeah.
play with, right? We played with the compadre.
I believe so.
Is
Big
the-
round bellied some
Yeah.
bitch.
Is the X Padre just a bigger Padre?
Maybe.
Extreme.
Well, it's a 3.34-inch blade. What's the regular Padre? Oh, I'm sorry. It's the difference between a crossbar lock and a frame lock.
Ah, the X lock or whatever they want to call their version of a crossbar.
Right. Same blade length. Yeah, same knife overall otherwise. Interesting.
So yeah. Yeah, see?
And for Paul, we're going to look at that Giga Jid. ZDP 189, HRC 6567.
All right.
Full DLC. With DLC hardware, with the...
Am I behind on chat? I am a little behind on chat.
tie Mascus handles, pocket clip. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
What's the price point?
Yeah.
670 American.
Sounds
Which,
right.
all things considered, is fairly low for a full TI or Timascus even.
You weren't saying, well, I mean, Artisan did the exact same thing for basically the same price.
Yeah, but the Artisan has to because they're garbage.
Joe's laugh was better. You need to go to the DLC Django just to like end
Oh,
on the
yeah.
best knife that they make because I need one. I need one still. I don't have one, but I need one.
Which version were you getting again?
Diamond texture. Yeah, that one right there. Right in my face. Look at
Yeah.
it. No, you went too far.
No, I know. I went down because I thought there was maybe one that was all DLC, but it's just the blade. And the
That's
hardware.
wrong. I don't want the all DLC.
I don't know if they make one. That's the thing.
No, I think it's just carbon fibers and their G Mascus handles and
I was hoping
Damascus?
for a picture that would show off the blade a little bit more.
the G10 swirly town for the handle.
Damascus.
Damascus.
Damascus. Yeah.
Sodom and Damascus, you know.
that synchronized hat tip was not great either.
No.
They do a all okay, but see, it's still not all DLC. There's the tabs for the crossbar lock, and then there's the pocket clip. That's not. I like it though. I like that offset.
Anyway, get me one. Get me right up in one.
Right up inside it.
All the way. All the way.
Yeah, it'll
Hey,
know I'm there.
Elmax.
It's that's the other reason.
Lest we
Elmax.
forget. Elmax.
I mean, it's no PM60, but that's just weird.
Few things are.
I don't know if I want that below 15-degree angle option. I like having a below 15-degree angle option sometimes, so the PM60 might not be the right steel for me anyway.
You want to go below 15
Hold
on
on.
a
You're
pocket
making
knife?
you're having reasonable expectations for yourself and your cutting tools. What the fuck? It's not okay.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of what knife you might have that's less than 15 per side.
Oh, my Monterey Bay is definitely. Sabenza's probably pushing it.
The Dragonfly almost certainly is.
No, I don't think the Dragonfly is actually.
You don't think so? With how thin that blade stock already is?
What's their bevel set to?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that.
If it's a 15, then 15, but I haven't reprofiled it, so.
That's fair. I actually don't know offhand.
What else I got? I got some things. You know. My bug out. With
So,
S90, it's definitely thinner. This thing's getting
whoa, this is
close.
zoomed
My mini
in
freak
way
has
too
been
tight.
a project this week, and she's almost there.
Fair enough.
Interesting. Apparently, someone on now this is from a couple of years ago, but the Ladybug, Manbug, Delica, and Della Stretch 2, all with K390, have come with an edge that is close to 30 degrees inclusive. So, yeah,
15.
it's probably
Start
an
at
easy
15.
bet.
Well, if you look at my bank account, I mean, going full circle, full circle.
Oh,
And scene. Yeah.
Where's that leave button?
yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
I
So,
found it.
for the record, while we were sitting here chatting, I got that wrapped around. That's now snap on a quick release for the belt. It's also a snap on a quick release there. So if I want to go horizontally styles, I can.
Good stuff.
Fancy, fancy.
Yeah. Let's say do what I can. Do what I can. Now I just need a handle for it. TP grips.
Hey, hey.
I might just next time I see black G10 or black micarta that's 3D, I might just order it and available because they're apparently very
In demand.
up and down. Yeah, well, up and down on what they have on their website.
Ah,
I think it's literally as he's getting them done, he throws the new variation. When he sells out, he takes them down again. But they had 3D black G10 or black micarta or whatever it is on their website. And now they don't. They only have square cut G10 instead of the 3D. And they don't even have it on the. I'm like, I can see it in that spirally picture that we're looking at the bottom. You make it. I see it in there. So
Stop cucking me with the black handles, man.
I'll wait till they're back in stock and then just grab one and be like, hey, this is a stocking stuffer. Merry Christmas. So, which might be my only incentive to actually making one myself is if I can't get the handle that I'm looking for. I might just screw around with some Chicago screws or something.
at least when it's in the sheath, it's not going to interfere with the handles as long as you have them far enough back. So you get
Yeah,
more wiggle room.
Like the TP grips.
Yeah.
They
ride
do
that
it
line.
so it doesn't conflict with your Kydex sheath. Yeah.
Exactly. I think they like butt up against the Kydex, don't they?
They come pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. A little button Kydex, you know.
Kydex butt.
It's flat. It's a flat butt.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I mean, you warm it up, it might mold a little bit. But
I could have sworn they had a picture in sheath. On one of these
need a little
guys.
more up and down play to get the job done on that one, I think.
There we go. So yeah, those scales come right up to the sheath.
I like the fact that
very
you-
flush. Very flush, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't hate that.
No. I'm in. It's a sweet option.
Oh, and I did find out if you do decide that you just want to go like brass pins through this, 3/8. I don't know if they make brass rod that's 3/8.
I'm sure you can find it.
But
yeah,
if you
they
wanted
do.
some giant brass rod to use that and just epoxy some wood scales or something like that onto the side of it. And again, I've looked into the things. It's sized out those holes to be like, oh yeah, okay.
I
Good to
bet
know.
you. I bet you could find some larger mosaic pins that would fit that size too.
Ooh, why you gotta be putting those things in my brain, dude? 3/8 mosaic pins and then just hand those off to JP. with some wood handles and some mosaics and be like, work your magic.
Magic, please.
The magic fingers.
Keep those fingers away.
No. No. You
Oh.
can get them
Uh-oh.
nice up close and intimate.
Oh, I don't like that.
With a bit of a wiggle.
Oh,
it's good.
dude.
It's good. Maybe just
I found some mosaic. I found some 3/8. You said it was 3/8, right?
3/8 on the nose.
Yeah,
I
3/8.
sized it.
3/8 mosaic lanyard tube. That's actually kind of cool. You could still have lanyard holes through the middle of the hat. Middle of the handle if you wanted.
Oh, tubes.
Yeah.
Tubes that are also mosaic.
There are some that are full. Yeah, dude, it's weird. Here, let me pop
Why you
up
gotta
some
be
pictures.
like not putting that shit up as we're talking? Come on.
Because I wasn't sure I could even find it, but I found it. So
here we are.
So here's a tube. And then if you decided not to go the tube option, there's still solid options.
By 6-inch.
Not terribly expensive. Not terribly expensive.
Fancy. Okay.
Things to think about.
I hate you.
As you should.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I don't need a crewwear blade with mosaic pins.
Yeah, there's that.
Well, I need a nicer sheath for it than the bullshit that I just rigged up. That's for sure. Got to talk to Ryan about that if that's the case.
Yeah, that is absolutely fair.
Even if he's just stitching leather around it, it's got to be better.
Yeah, that actually, you could just taco it with some textured leather and stuff and still have a Kydex sheath that add a belt loop and everything to that. Maybe 2. So you can still scout carry it if you wanted to.
All right, gentlemen. I think we're good to go here.
I think it's that time.
No one else has anything to, Giga Chad their way through a conversation?
Not this time.
No.
Not this time.
You're giga'd out?
Oh, yeah.
You've had a giganotomy?
I don't know that I have, because I don't know what that is.
You haven't had your gigas removed? Come on.
I have not. Still fully gigged up over here.
Wasn't Gigaz one of the bad guys from Earthbound? Pretty sure.
No, you're nerdier than me, dude. Yeah.
See, I've never even played those games.
I don't even know what Earthbound is.
No idea what he's fucking talking about right
now. I didn't know that it was a video game. I thought it was an anime.
Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it.
Pretty sure that's a off branch of Destiny.
The video game, or?
Of course.
Let's see.
I played Destiny for like 12 hours once.
Yeah, me too. And then never again.
Never again.
Yeah. I was like, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
I think we're done here.
I think so.
Yeah.
You should thank people.
Yeah.
I
guess I'll jump in first then and thank everybody on Instagram for continuing the pattern of nonsense.
Why do you thank Instagram before Patreon? I mean, the guys who actually paid for Patreon are still actually watching us right now.
Because I don't normally thank Patreon. That's usually your job.
I see. We're playing that kind of back and forth.
You usually thank the Cutting Edge, and then I thank Instagram, and then you thank Patreon because Joe doesn't want to.
I know we just came. Yeah, fuck those guys. I know we just came off of a bunch of weeks of not being here, guys. But man, the script is really all over the place.
Yeah.
Hey, we threw the script out the window. Come on. Let's be honest here.
And I'm kidding, Patreon guys. I love you one and all. Please don't leave us.
Please give us more money. Thanks to the Cutting Edge for bringing in the latest and greatest. Brand new Spydercos. At least half of them. The other half is on its way.
Thank you.
Good times. Good times.
Indeed. Thank you, Spyderco, for releasing a police. Because that might become my
Again.
new in the woods police.
Oh,
yeah.
K
And
through 90.
Joe
boy.
had given up on
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
I did.
Way to-
I was
Way
so
to give up
sure.
on Canada, Joe.
I was so sure it was game over, man. But now
But
I have.
now Canada made a comeback. And Spyderco cared for at least this time. Because it wasn't a red phoenix, you see. So
Yeah,
that's why. That's
Indeed.
sounds about right.
So yeah, having said that, I think that's everyone. I think that's what we're gonna do. Like, subscribe, YouTubes, all of those things. Next week, I think we're back. One more week before I run away. Something dark side.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool story. We will see you guys here again next week. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. We will be back next Sunday, 7:15 Mountain Standard Time, with hopefully some other new fancy things to talk about.
We might have some things in the works.
Just one or two things.
You know, like a fixed bladed Adamas.
Sure.
Things like that.
Like it's like that.
It's kind of like that. It's like a fixed bladed Benchmade.
It's like that. Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah. Cool. That's enough teasers.
And that's the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
That's a sheepdog song. It's anyway. All right, boys. Thanks for joining us. We will see you here again next week. I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I'm Baron Joe.
And I'm exile.ca.
And we'll see you guys again once more next week. Bye.
It's like that, and that's the way it is Run DMC.